Welcome to another episode of the Adrienne Ross Show, where sports and culture connect. There was a little, shall we say, dust up between Caitlin Clark and DeWanna Bonner, jawing back and forth on Tuesday night when the Indiana Fever took on the Phoenix Mercury in Phoenix. I'm going to talk a little bit about that. But first, let's go to a flashback. Preseason. Let's go to James Boyd on X.
When DeWanna signed with the team, she said at this point in her career, she's playing for championships and obviously had championship experience with those veterans they brought in. How much did that get to add to the culture or just what it takes to win at a high level?
Yeah, I mean, DB has been tremendous. Like, she's such a selfless leader. Like, she's here to win. She says that, but she really means it, and she leads in that example every single day. Like, we were just sitting over there talking after today, like just talking about practice and things we need to work on, things that went well, things that everybody knows we have so much talent, but at the same time, like, you got to put that together. It's not going to be like, all right, you have all these great players, you step out on the court, it's going to work. Like, it's going to take a little bit of time to figure things out, figure out how everybody works with one another. So DB's been tremendous, and obviously, not only as a leader, she's a tremendous basketball player too. She's won championships. She knows what it is. So when she speaks, everybody listens. So I think that was a piece of the thing we were missing last year. Is like we didn't really have that inside of our locker room. So just really grateful for that, and just the way she talks and she leads. Like for me as a second-year point guard, like I want to win for her. Like this is the end of her career. Like she deserves it.
Now, what does that preseason flashback have to do with the little dust up between Caitlin and DeWanna on Tuesday night after somebody, I guess, breathed on DeWanna and a foul was called against the Fever, of course? I think a lot. Before I get into it, let's go over to the Clark Report on X and look at that quarrel that took place.
But they come up, and then you see Caitlin Clark to the right behind the coach coming out and jawing at DeWanna Bonner. DeWanna Bonner says, yeah, it was a foul. And Clark is saying, no foul. Yes, it was a foul. And Clark waving off of
another angle, and you can hear Caitlin a little bit better on this X video on Herb Jackson Jr.'s account. Like I said, somebody breathed on DeWanna or something, and a foul was called. You can hear Caitlin in that second video saying, it's not a foul. It's not a foul. DeWanna has something to say. Caitlin was like, shoo, get out of here. And yeah, you're seeing it everywhere. Now, first of all, I got to say this. If this didn't involve Caitlin Clark, we really wouldn't be seeing this all over the place. Players go back and forth all the time. Now, obviously, I realize this is like a timeout situation and Caitlin's not playing and she's on the court. So that brings a little bit of a different dimension to it, but not really. Caitlin Clark has eyeballs on her, whether she's playing or whether she's not playing. And so because it's Caitlin Clark, people are going to make a bigger deal out of it. Now, some people are going to say that whole thing was about the last time they met up. The situation with Sophie ending up with a fat lip and a black eye. Sophie had gone on the podcast and she had said DeWanna Bonner didn't say goodbye to the team, just stopped coming to work and disappeared. Although Sophie was really gracious and said she wished her well. She really didn't even say anything bad. Some people wanted her to be to come down on Bonner even harder. And she really didn't. But Bonner was, as they say, in her feels. And so it was just a really ugly thing. And then Bonner was talking smack to Lexi. It was just a mess. And as Sophie has said, there's a lot of history between these teams. So some people will say, Caitlin was coming after DeWanna Bonner because of that last meeting. I showed you the flashback to the preseason to tell you what I think. Caitlin Clark, you heard her say, I want to win for Bonner. We heard her quite a bit praise Bonner, Talk about her leadership. Talk about that when Bonner speaks, people listen, and that Bonner, as you heard right there, deserves to win. She's been a leader. She's been a great basketball player, and I want to win for her. When you're a Caitlin Clark and you are as competitive as she obviously is, when you work as hard as she obviously does, and there's a team being built to win a championship, that's the goal. She comes in and you say, I hear what she's saying. I'm listening to what she's saying. She's going to help us get there. She's a veteran voice. She's a champion. She's got all these accolades. I am totally invested, not just for myself, to make sure she wins. And DeWanna Bonner didn't just decide that she wanted to go somewhere else. She stopped showing up for work. She didn't even continue to work before the trade took place or whatever it is she was asking for. Now, I know it's been a while now, and I know Bonner's gone, and I'm not trying to beat a dead horse, but I'm trying to tell you that what you saw right there, although Caitlin, she spent a lot of time stepping out on that floor since she's been injured. And sometimes I wish she wouldn't. Usually she's going after the officials, and I know they already don't have a reason to show her the respect she deserves. So sometimes I wish that were not the case. But I gotta admit, sometimes I'm like, tell them, Caitlin. It's that. Seriously though, Caitlin would not have been drawing at DeWanna Bonner if there wasn't something more there. And I think the something more there is that you came in here, we embraced you. This organization went all out to get you. You came in, you were stinking up the court, you lost your starting spot, and instead of taking the time to adjust, you walked away from your commitment. When you have players like a Kobe Bryant, like a Michael Jordan, yes, like a Caitlin Clark, who go all in and no one outworks them, and somebody just stopped showing up for work, that didn't settle right. We knew it didn't settle right. I knew it didn't settle right. And so I don't want to hear nothing from you. You go. Like she was just shoe fly shoe. Why? You didn't want to be over here with us. You walked away. So go away. It wasn't a foul. And go away. That right there is the issue with Bonner, which of course then led to the last game. But also, it has to do, honestly, too, with the frustration. Caitlin, right there, you see a player who wants to play the game she loves, and she can't play. And that builds up some frustration as well. When DeWanna Bonner came into Indiana, she says she chose Indiana because she wanted to win a championship. You see it right here with the headline. And it's February 10th, 2025. Hadn't had the draft yet, hadn't had preseason yet. DeWanna Bonner came to Indiana to win. And it starts with a quote from Bonner. I want to win a championship. I want to win another championship. I want to get back to the finals first and foremost. Turns out she meant it. First and foremost was she wanted a championship. When she realized from the start that she wasn't cut out to hang with the team, that she was stinking up the court, that the team had some struggles, that Caitlin Clark was injured, she said, I'm out of here. I'm looking for greener pastures. So she didn't come there to help build, although she did talk some stuff about, I looked at AB and asked her, what is it you want? Because I can help get you there. And although she said all those things, what she said in that first quote was the truth. First and foremost, I want to win a championship. And so if that means checking out and seeing another opportunity to get there, I'm going to do it, because my priority is not my commitment. My priority is to sniff another ring. And so Caitlin had heard all the stuff, and then you just go walk away. So she's got no patience for Bonner at all. We didn't get to hear all those things. It was like, oh, she's out for personal reasons and all the poker face stuff. But you know, this team was not happy. And here's my thing with DeWanna Bonner. You got what you wanted. You wanted to skedaddle, like Caitlin told you to move along. You wanted to skedaddle. And Indiana accommodated you. You're out of there. Right? Right. So why is it that when you play Indiana, you've got a chip on your shoulder? You're talking smack to people like Lexi. You're part of trying to rough up Sophie. You're going back and forth with the team on Tuesday. What are you mad at? You are the one who abandoned the team, and you didn't even say goodbye. Sophie, the only thing she said was, the least you could do was send a text message and say goodbye. You are 37 years old. I don't know. Is she 38 now? Whatever. You're near 40. And you're out there acting like that, like somebody did you wrong when you're the one who walked away. It's really, really strange. It's immature. And yes, you have a 23-year-old Caitlin Clark who sometimes, I mean, her college coaches will tell you even, she's a fireball. All right, so she gets out there in the court. She's saying stuff to officials, and she says something to DeWanna Bonner and says something and says something and says something. But at the same time, what's driving Caitlin is her competitiveness and her loyalty, and she's young, and so she lets it go sometimes. DeWanna Bonner, at almost 40 years old, still doesn't seem to understand why what she did was wrong, and she should be humbling herself instead of talking smack constantly about the team or to the team when they match up. Caitlin don't like it because Caitlin heard you say you wanted to win a championship, and Caitlin, the face of the WNBA, the face of this franchise, obviously, someone who didn't expect to be injured throughout the season, of course, and worked her tail off in the offseason and heard you say you wanted to win a championship and stood there and said more than once, I want to win for you because you deserve it. And this is how you respond. So no, she's got no patience for you, and she's got no patience for pretending that you were fouled when she's saying ain't nobody foul you, but move along. Like I said, the talking back and forth, the quarreling, the dust-ups, a skirmish, whatever, it happens in sports. And you just keep it, it doesn't even draw that much attention. But this is Caitlin Clark, and this is DeWanna Bonner, and this history is there for all to see. And so that's why people are talking about it. But I'm telling you what Caitlin is dealing with. Yes, the frustration of not being able to play, but it's extra frustrating because of what Bonner did. It's going to be really interesting to see how the postseason plays out. Is it possible Indiana could face this Phoenix Mercury team at some time? First of all, Indiana has to make it to the playoffs. The Sparks helped us a little bit more tonight with a loss. Thank you, Atlanta. I guess I should say Atlanta helped us because Atlanta is the one who won. I will catch you next time, God willing. God bless you abundantly.